If the riders are ready.
And they're off!
What? You expected the race to start right now? It will in a minute. I'm out for my day before race ride. This crit plays into all my weaknesses. It's very technical, with 10 turns and 3/4 miles. It has a climb in it, and we're combined with a slightly younger group which is much faster. Oh yeah, I also haven't done a crit in a year and a half. Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis the Cycling Greek. I've had a pretty good year. I've visited the podium a number of times. Thankfully, we have a 5-place podium here. And I'm at the top of my form. Okay, let's get this race started. As soon as we start the race, no one really jumps out, so I decided to take the lead because I want to see what this course looks like from a racer's point of view, since I haven't been around the course at all. All of a sudden, this guy just jumps ahead, and I can understand this is from the Don Chapin team, and they are the team that's putting on this event. So I decided to go and follow him. Now, he's a pretty strong guy, so I'm not getting up to his wheel. I'm not worried about it. I just want to go through the course, and as people come by me, then, I figure I'll just jump on their wheels. There was a lot of action that happened during this race. So I decided to let the whole race go, and I'm going to do my voiceover kind of like in the Mark Tucker, Sean Bagley type of style, in which you just let it roll and you talk, and when you don't talk, that's fine, and when you talk, that's fine. I tried it before once and I just kept talking, so we'll see if I have any dead zones here. So he's really taken off, but again, this is the beginning of the race. This is a 45-minute race. This is a combined 60, 65, and 70 field. These are district championships for our racing district here in Northern California, Northern Nevada, NCNCA. Oh, that guy on my wheel right now in the upper right-hand corner? That's Tim Davis. He's the defending champion. And in my book, he's the guy that's probably going to win it again. Now, it's the 65s. At the start line, there were 17 of us. 11 were 60 plus, or 60 to 64. 5 of us were 65, 69, and there was one person that was 70 plus. All that guy had to do was just finish the race. I figured that's going to be me when I'm in the 90s doing national championship. That's the only way I'm going to win a national championship. Okay, so the guy's still out there, and I'm looking for somebody. By now I slow down, and I'm looking for somebody to come around me. During this course, I also again had a chance to take my own line, and as I mentioned earlier, before the race started in that little blurb that I did, that this course has a lot of things that just make me nervous, and one of them is going to be all these tight turns. There's 10 of them. I think I mentioned that. 10 of them in under 0.75 mile. So, during the first lap, I think that's when I decided I'll just keep leading the bike. So I have 25 as a rear tire and 23 in the front tire, and I have in each of them about 80 pounds. So at that point, I felt pretty comfortable. Now there were a couple places on this course that were just a lot of trouble for me, and when we come to them, I'll show you. And it took a little while for me to get the hang of corners and not losing wheels. And I was able to do that on most of the corners, except one. One was just, and we're going to be coming up to it. It's the one leading into the start finish. And I'm not doing a pretty good job. I'm not doing a very good job here. So I'm pushing this, and I'm trying to reconnect here. And I don't mind giving a little extra room coming into a corner. God, look at that. Look at all that distance there. And I'm starting to gas out a bit. So as others come, he takes a big jump, so I can't get on his wheel. So I'm going to try and get on some other people's wheels. And I think I still have a couple of people behind me. And that's Frank. Frank Winters. 2-time national mountain bike champion in the 65 plus group. So I rest just enough and I'm able to get on his wheels, so I figure if I'm anywhere close to him, right behind him, then I should be fine, because he's going to drag me up to anything. Now this hill was not bad at all. I thought it was going to be a lot worse for me. In fact, and so right here coming up, it's still going up a little bit, and so this is a tough part. This is one of the two tough parts that I mentioned. At times like this, when I have to make up distance and I have to really pound it, and that just is going to cost me energy. I'm concerned about just using lots of energy here and there, and by the time it gets to the end of the race, I'm not going to have much of anything left. And now again, take a little better. So I'm on his wheel. I don't mind having a little bit of distance. I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I don't mind having a little distance coming into a corner, because then that way I can just keep up my speed, don't have to do any type of accordion effect in terms of having to slow down. I slow down too much. So all is good right now. Now, the part that was just giving me problems each lap is coming up right here that I mentioned earlier. See, I lose the wheel. And I'm not hitting that corner right, and I'm not spinning out of it soon enough. Fortunately, this isn't like the Pro 1-2s where you're just pounding it all the time. And so if you develop a gap, you're going to have to put a lot of energy into that. Okay, the right in front of me, that's Eric Salander, I believe is his last name. And he plays a little bit of a part later on in the race. I actually thought he was my other buddy Bob, because he looks very similar in the kit. This got steeper the higher you got up, but it never was a problem. And I didn't seem to have a problem in terms of having to use a lot of extra energy coming up that hill, because I seem to be in parity with most everyone else. My plan coming into this race, because I was so nervous about it, was to just hang out, and then toward the end, get up high as I could into the pack, so that as many 65s as possible were behind me. And so coming into the tight finish, everything's tight on this course, but coming into the tight finish, then they wouldn't be able to come around, and then that would give me a better result. So that's what I was thinking about. But now during the race, and I was still keeping that in mind, and I'm looking at Frank, and anytime Frank goes to the front, I keep an eye on it. Now, Tim is always toward the front. He's always in great position. Do I take this corner good? Yeah, I do a little better with that. I do a little better. But, and there goes Frank. So there's a number of us that are going with him, and so I'm one of them. I was in good position. People tend to not to let him go, or at least put effort. So if he goes, everybody's watching. Yeah, as long as I lean the bike, this was turning actually into a fun course for me. Pretty quick. So yeah, that's much appreciated. Just had to be a little extra careful on this when you're going up, so that you hit the corner right, and that you don't go off into the curb over on the left side. They're still going up. So that's Jeff Qualley. He's going to be he and Larry Nolan in this race are going to be the two. Well, one of the two are going to win this race. There, I'm taking it. Take a little bit of better. The one thing about this course that really helped me out a lot is that at different parts of the course, you're emphasizing different muscles, and in your breathing too. And so for me, that gave me a chance to rest that particular aspect of whatever I was using at the time. There, that's a little bit better too on that corner. I'm not right on his wheel, but that's okay. Frank's still at the front. Jeff is right on his wheel. Could have a counter, I don't know, but everybody's bunched up enough, and Yeah, I was starting to feel real comfortable. Yeah, this hill was never an issue for me during this race. This was, as long as some, it's close enough to people, then I was good. So again, 17 people in this race. When I'm doing the race, I'm thinking, okay, there's quite a few people behind me. I'm not counting anybody, I'm just concentrating on the corners and so forth. Ah, bad job, bad job. Fortunately, I got better as the race went on most of the corners. In the early laps, when it was stretched out, then I was thinking about, man, I don't want to get dropped. I mean, spend all this money to come over here. And this may be one of the parts now that I have to stay overnight tonight because this race starts actually at 5:40 p.m. and it'll be like 3 hours. Once I get going to get home, and my wife will be in bed, and the dogs will bark when I come in there, and she's got to work tomorrow. So, I just stayed overnight. Oh, I saw that. Yeah. So I just keep on. We're 28 miles an hour right now. And the heart rate is at about 155, and that is pretty much as high as things went. So he was starting to slow down, so he may be on my wheel right now. Yeah, there he goes. So I just keep at it. I figure these guys have got to slow down. I'm hoping they slow down. Yeah, go up 25. Which is one of the higher speeds for this race for us. Anyway, I watched the Pro 123s earlier, and I'm thinking, oh man, I don't know, I'm going to be able to go that fast on this course, which obviously I can't, but yeah, they were just stretched out the whole time. Okay, thank goodness I made it on. So I'm 158 beats per minute. My max is in the low 160s. Fortunately, my form has improved, and thankfully so. Okay, good. Everyone's slowing down. So yeah, so Jeff is in the front. Tim up there, Davis, he's just always in great position. He has such an immediate snap. Up, almost a little bumping, but no worries. Okay, well, that one was a slow corner, but I took it better. Oh, is Tim out there? Is he following anybody, or did he just take a little jump? Looking ahead at the corner, and there he is. Oh, okay. So I would imagine not Tim, but Jeff and Larry would be the most nervous. But again, 1160s plus, maybe they're letting him burn out there a little bit. So these guys are slowing up, and so I'm thinking, I'm going here. The good thing about my being in form is that I recover usually pretty quickly. But these guys were on me right away, and I saw that once I went to the top. So I closed a little real estate. I closed a little bit of real estate, and I'm hoping that someone else jumps up across because I'm not going to be able to do it. Well, what I don't want happening is two 65 pluses, the strong 65 pluses to take off. Okay, all is good. He's brought back. I didn't realize that was Tim that had taken off. I was in a road race with him once, and he just took, it was a tough course too, and he took off about half a lap into this 2-lap course, like 44 miles, and then just held it. And another bad corner again. just losing wheels, losing distance. Nobody behind me, but okay, there's Eric. At least I can grab his wheel. So I don't know how many laps we did on this thing because it was again 45 minutes, but I'm thinking I maybe had 3, maybe 4 laps that I took that corner well. This corner was no problem. Most of the corners were no problem. It looks like somebody again tried to jump off and then they weren't able to. So with this hill, before I started the race, actually into last night when I was prepping, originally I was going to have 3 cameras on here. So the one on my head and the one in the rear that you see, and then my usual one, the Garmin Verb that I have on the handlebars. But I was so concerned about that I took it off last night. And it's a good thing I did. This corner I felt completely comfortable in. It took a little while to get it all right, but it was not a problem for me to just scoot on up to a wheel in case I lost a wheel. Now, on that corner back there, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a crack in the lip where it goes from cement to asphalt. That's the only one I had to be concerned about. I think maybe there's one more somewhere, but that's the only one I can remember right now. Okay, take this corner right, keep pedaling, there you go. Start pedaling sooner. That's one of the times I mostly did it right. When we go around again, unless I'm talking about something else, I'll show you something else about that corner that I wasn't doing. Actually, I did it once or maybe twice, and I should have been doing it all the time. All right, so some more free watts, move up a little bit. Blocked out from moving any further up, but I think I mentioned it before. Yeah, real comfortable in this corner and easy to set up for the climbing corner that's coming up. I was thinking about moving up, but I'm just holding my position right here. Yeah, we're not going real hard right now. And when you look at my heart rate up there, 146. Yeah, this isn't bad. So I'm moving up again to get some more free watts, so to speak, get myself in better position. I think when my heart rate's reaching in the mid 150s, that's when I'm introducing some significant stress. And again, my max is going to be about 161. Moving up. Not a problem. There's that lip, avoid the lip. And that's Franz, and then the gray there. He's in the 65 plus. He is a track rider. First time I'm racing with him, but Frank was telling me about that he's a track rider, and so I'm thinking, okay, great, this is going to be, oh, there it is, I'm missing that again. And I have also taken this, each time I take it way too wide. I need to cut the corner a lot more. There's room in there. So all those places that I moved up with those free watts, I lost them. And unfortunately, that was pretty common. Okay, so they're picking it up here. We're getting the 26, 27 mile an hour. I've now gone into the low 150s. And I'm good here. I'm good. People getting a little tired maybe, or maybe that the people in the front are getting a little tired and want somebody to come around. These guys, maybe because we're all old and we're all concerned that we don't do anything crazy, this was pretty safe. I never felt unsafe. I mean, there's a little bump here and there, but it's all good. Okay, I get to move up again a little bit. And that is Larry Nolan right in front of me. See, there. I took that corner well. I was close enough. Got to do more power, but not a problem. It's pedaling soon enough, coming out of the corner strong enough. Oh, 30 miles an hour. Okay, yeah, we're moving. But my heart rate's below 150, so I'm good. I tell you, it's good to be in shape. If this race is at toward the beginning of the year, I'd be out the back, I'm sure. Now, this is a chance to get more free watts. So I look around and no one's coming up on that side. I pick up a few places. Oh, I wonder if someone was trying to make a break attempt. So, from being in the back of the pack or toward the back of the pack, you can't see what's going on up ahead. Now, I did notice as the sun was going down, I was having to squint coming into that corner. I'm still doing the right thing, just being conservative. Are you going to cut in tight? Yeah, could have been better, but I'm on a wheel, so that's the important part. Usually I would just wait half a second before starting to spin, and that made all the difference in the world for me. Okay, more free watts, moving up. Because when I come around that corner again, I'm sure I'm going to lose places. Ah, Frank. I always like being behind Frank. If I'm behind him, then I'm always confident that it doesn't matter what's going to happen up in front of me. If there's a big split, he'll get me back up there. We have a break attempt. Jeff Quall wants somebody else to chase. Bunches up, and so now I'm on third wheel. This is the place to be. It's rare, but this is the place to be. Everyone knows pretty much how strong Jeff is, so usually when he's looking around for somebody else to pull, they tend not to pull. Frank, I noticed Frank going to the front, and so he's somebody that'll just pull anything back. And so that's what I'm looking at. Okay, please stay on a wheel because you're in a good position. Okay, thank goodness. So now I go. And I quickly look back. Actually, I don't look back yet. But as I turn the corner, I think I'm looking back at that point. And so I'm noticing that, they're letting me go. So we have this guy up ahead there, and I think that is Clean Power. A teammate of Frank's, but a teammate that's in the 60s, 64s. So if I can get to him, that'll be great. But as I get closer, that guy's pretty strong, and so he's going stronger. So I'm not getting to him as fast as I want to. So I realize that, and I'm also thinking that these guys are going to be coming up on me soon. So I don't want to go into the red to try and catch up to him. So as you see, my heart rate's about 157, and again, once in the low 160s is going to be my max. 159. Yeah, I guess I'm still trying a bit, but I know it's not in the cards right now. But at least I brought a bunch of real estate back, so when they do catch me, then there'll be people there to take on the chase. If anyone decides to go and continue the chase, which apparently is not happening right now. Oh, there we go. I kind of pull off, slow up. Okay. See if I can stay toward the front here. Come on, slot in. Oh, don't lose this. Okay, cut it tight. That was good. Smooth out the apex. Keep pushing it. Okay, so I've lost wheels, but I have a lot of people behind me, so I should be fine. While that wasn't the conservative type of move that I was talking about as my plan before coming into this race, it was a good move still. I just wasn't strong enough to fully capitalize on it. Now, even if I did catch him, odds are that Jeff and Larry wouldn't have wanted to let that go, and they may have brought it back, but you never know. This is bike racing. Funny things can happen. The cycling Greek can make it on a breakaway to the finish. I remember coming up here thinking, you know, I'm not getting tired at all. This is pretty good. Okay, I could be making up some watts right now, but my heart rate's in the approaching the mid 150s, so I haven't maybe fully recovered from that last effort. But I'm in, good enough position. I'm connected well. Squinting a little bit, that sun's getting lower, and I'm also thinking, it's happening for everyone else too. Fortunately, we don't spend a lot of time on that edge, on that particular straight. And we don't spend a lot of time on any of these straights except for the start finish. Please, please take this corner better. Just stay connected. Oh, thank goodness, yeah. What's that, 2 or 3 times? And again, Jeff is toward the front. And looks like Larry's on his wheel. No, Larry's on the right side, I think. He's in front. And as most of the time, Tim Davis is just right up there, just watching everything. Okay, my heart rate's gotten way down there. Am I going to do something stupid, or am I just going to keep on with the plan? I think I need to stay connected. That's what I need. Yeah, we're all stretched out again. I think that's Frank behind me. I don't know. A little bit of a gap, but it should be brought back. Oh man, someone's making some moves up there. Come on, stay connected on this section. Okay, good job, but still, you're using some extra power that really maybe you didn't need to. Okay, we have a split, looks like. Let's see what it looks like in the corner. Yeah, it's brought back together. I tell you, putting the tire pressure on each of my tires down to about 80, that was a great idea. Some free watts, moving up on the inside. Hopefully let the others know that I'm on the inside, and I probably did. I'm feeling good right now. It's about 7 laps to go. I think we crossed with 7 to go. CG's in form and my heart rate's below 150. And when CG's in form, nobody rests. So I take off right here. And these guys are letting me go. Now, the advantage of being the YouTube star that I am, they all know that I'm 65 plus, have a little bit of AFib situation going on. So they're thinking, hey, let him go. We're going to catch this guy later on. So I'm just going. I kind of figure that these guys are going to catch me real quick, but I'm putting pretty much everything I can into this. So at the corner I look, and there's quite a bit of distance. Maybe I can make something out of this. So while I'm putting everything I can into this, it's not that I'm putting in a huge amount of power. I'm just trying to be constant so I can hang on for these last 7 laps. So the advantage is I get to take these corners the way I want to take them, or the way I should take them. So, yeah, okay, that could have been tighter. So just keeping up the pressure. So at most of the corners, I take a quick look out of my corner of my eye to see where everybody is. And at my vantage point, I'm not seeing them. So I'm thinking, okay, this is good. Just keep going. The motorcycle's up there. Now those people up there, the riders up there are people that are going to be lapped. But that gives me a little bit of incentive to keep going. Hopefully they're going just a little slower than me, so when I catch them, I can just ride their wheel for a bit. Okay, so I'm taking this solo here. So there's nobody in front of me. Speed, just don't let it drop below 21. Just keep going. And again, this top part up here. So as I get closer, I'm starting to yell at these guys, basically to go faster. I forget exactly what I say once I turn on the sound after the voiceover, then I'll know. So I'm hoping that these guys go faster and then they let me go, but they're not, and that's understandable. So I have this one person up here, so now I'm yelling at this guy, just keep going, and just so I can maybe get a little bit of his wheel, but that's not happening. So I go across there, and I think that is Franz behind me, the track rider. I'm not quite sure. So I figure, okay, if somebody's on my wheel, that maybe will give me a little extra incentive, and if they're feeling good, they can go in front of me, but that never happens. So now I'm starting to pay attention. So again, I took a look to see if anybody's behind me other than this guy here, and I'm looking at the guy holding the lap cards, and now I'm seeing 6. And I'm thinking, damn, 6 laps, that's a long ways. What are you going to do, right? What other choice do I have? Got the motorcycle in front of me, people watching me, which is pretty cool, I gotta say, because this is not a position I've been in for a number of years. Okay, speed up. Let's keep it above 21. Because those guys can just turn it on. Okay, this was a better one. And this is the part that hurts every time. You can 13 miles an hour, so you can tell by the guy in back of me. Come around this corner, higher RPM, squint a little bit. Still, nobody behind me. I'm out of sight of these guys. I'm starting to think, district champ maybe. So I think I'm going to have about 5 laps showing right here. And, no, 4 laps. No, I must have missed a lap somewhere. So this started something like 6.5 laps to go, and so I'm in it for a couple laps, aiming to keep the speed up. Just got to be constant. Now, the first hint that the possible district championship may not be in the offing is going to be coming up soon. Keep it over 21, Bubba. And I think it happens right here. The motorcycle comes by, tells us something. I have no idea what it is, but he goes up ahead, and I'm thinking, okay, that's about the 30-second mark, right? If this was in the pro peloton. I just got to keep going. Maybe he was just getting out of the way. Maybe all is good so far. Squint a little bit. Come on, keep that speed constant. And here he goes up ahead, and I'm thinking, all right, that's not a good sign. Take my turn. See, the speed's not as much as it was before. And there they are. And I crossed the line with 3 laps to go. Okay, right about here, I realized that they've connected. So I'm just keeping up my speed, and at this point, I think that's Eric Salinger. He makes an excellent move. He counters me. Jeff is certainly not going to let that go, so he jumps after it. So that means everyone else is going to jump after it. And this is going to happen while I am now trying to recover. My heart rate's now down to the low 150s, but oh boy, that was real tight right there. It had a little bit of scraping at elbows too, but that caused me to slow down just a bit. But everyone's going faster as I slow down just a bit, and so you're seeing what's happening with me now. So I am desperately trying to hang on. I don't know who's behind me, but I don't care right now. And as you can see, there's no one behind me. Something tells me that I just gotta close this gap right now. And it's tough. Everyone is just going for it. And I figure this is the final 3-lap throwdown. And this is where I just get spit out in the back. And I can always say, hey, I did my bid to try and make a win. And I just got spit out at the end after I got countered. These guys are slowing down just a bit, so this is my chance to get back on. Even though my heart rate says 150, my legs say that, yeah, you've put in an effort, so you need a little bit of a rest. Okay, I make contact. I'm not there yet, but I do make contact, so that gives me a chance to just rest a little bit. But here's that damn corner. And let's see if I do a little better. Come on, keep going. And I notice that there is a gap in front of me, and that's Franz right there. I'm deciding whether to keep staying on his wheel, and I see they're bunching up, so I am staying on their wheel. I'm staying on his wheel, and he'll get us up there, unless there's a quick counter. But, this is what my legs will allow for me to do right now. Oh, thank goodness. We made contact. Okay, so now it's gone back to plan A because that breakaway was kind of like a plan B, and I need to get up as high as I can in the peloton so I can have as many 65s behind me as possible on this tight turn coming into the finish. Okay, so that's, even though I didn't realize it at the time, that's one of the 65 pluses, and we're split up again, so it's still not a foregone conclusion that I'm going to be finishing with these guys. Okay, that's Eric in front of me, and so I figure this is a good wheel. I'm just going to stick on his wheel, and hopefully he'll get me up there. Come on, don't lose distance. You've already put enough energy out, and okay, good. 28 miles an hour in the low 150s. Okay, a little bit of a rest right now. Still we're coming into, I think, 1 lap to go. So I just got to keep cognizant of everything that's going on. All right, they're kind of bunched up. Please don't blow this next corner. You can't afford the energy. Go, 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 go. Stay on the wheels. Good job. There goes Frank. Frank is coming back toward the back. Why? I don't know, but he's right next to me right now. Okay, this is the part where if I had just a little more legs, this is where I can attack. I wouldn't be able to stay away, but that would put me toward the front or at the front, until they caught me. And if I came around with enough power, then I could hold these guys off till I got to the climb. And then as they were passing me toward the top, let's say, so then I can hang on to them. That would have been the thing to do. So I'm moving up here. So this is like my second chance. I just, I saw that and I just wasn't confident that my legs could do that. I needed maybe another, 15 seconds of rest or not going hard. Okay, so I'm thinking I'm in an acceptable position. I have no idea who's behind me. Obviously I know now there's not a lot of people behind me because I'm looking at the camera. Other than Tim being up there and Frank being behind me, I have no idea where the other 65s are. At this point, it is what it is. I'm just going to do my best. So we're 29 miles an hour, mid 150s. Half a lap, quarter lap to go. Check out the shadows as I turn this corner. One of those is Frank. And so I'm thinking he's on my right side. So I go over to the right to shut the door. And there's not a lot of people back there. So he just comes into my left, takes the corner. And I'm thinking, damn it. So I got to take this corner right. I take it tight, sort of tight. And now I'm starting to sprint. Again, don't know where anybody is in terms of 65s. Frank is just sprinting away from me. This guy comes by me, but this guy's a 60 plus. So now my only thought is, man, did I get third place? Why, yes. Yes, I did. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, especially the long format. Comment below if you like it, and comment on anything else. And also subscribe if you're not subscribed. I am so close to 1,000 subs. All right, you know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe. The Cycling Greek.